So in this video, I want to talk about the three most important practices that everybody that's interested in spirituality must take on. And when I say must, you don't have to, man, but this is what's worked for me. And it's what I've seen work across various stages of my life since the beginning of my spiritual awakening. I've at least had one of these practices, and right now, I've been really experiencing a lot of changes, and that's due to these three practices. So when you're able to use these three together, then you really unlock a lot of your potential. So the first practice is going to be meditation. When you meditate, the basic premise around meditation is that you elevate your consciousness to higher levels of experience. We are often operating from lower levels of experience, whether they be in physical reality or astral reality. The astral is connected to the emotions, so a lot of us can be in reactive states and just very much connected to our emotions, but very much also being attached to our emotions. And then the one above that is the mental body or the mental reality, and then above that is the spiritual reality. So meditation allows you to move incrementally through those layers of being so that you can begin to experience a transformation of consciousness there. As you meditate, you gain a deeper sense of who you are. You're able to detach from your emotions. You're able to detach from the stories that you have about yourself, and that allows you to then be able to perceive reality in a higher way. This is basically you raising your vibration, and in doing so, you're able to go into life just much more capable, much more competent, much more focused, much more present. And this is basically you bringing in your higher self into being, into reality, or at least developing yourself to the point where you can bring your higher self into reality. And then the next practice that I will say will be studying. You have to be studying. It doesn't matter what you study. I think it's whatever you're most interested in, whatever draws you the most, whatever's calling you the most. For me, in the beginning, was just self-improvement, self-development. I was watching hella videos on self-development, and then as time progressed, I got deeper into psychology. I got deep into Jungian psychology, and then that led me to astrology, and then along the lines, I was also looking into lucid dreaming. I've done it all, like anything that like connected to spirituality, whether it be tarot, whether it be the chakras, or whether it be astrology, etc. I did it all, and also along the lines, because I was a student, I was able to study psychology in school, and then also I would study philosophy. The most important thing is to constantly be studying something. If you're just studying any tools online, whether it maybe like coding or whatever, any skills that you're developing, I think it's essential that you approach your studies in a way that allows you to see the connection between what you're studying and what you're living. Kind of developing that perception to connect the dots. So I think in the beginning it would be great for you to study philosophy. It would be great for you to study psychology, and it would be great for you to study any of the more spiritual topics. Maybe astrology. That's more connected to the occult. So occult studies would be great. Something that really drew my attention was um, the idea of purpose and the soul. So trying to understand what it meant to have a soul. And then also I studied astrology with the idea that, and also I looked into numerology because of that, with the idea that my soul came to this world for a purpose, and I knew that my healing, because I was depressed during the time, and I knew that my healing depended on me being able to find my purpose, and that will allow me to connect to my soul and then bring and create a much more fulfilling life. So wherever you're at, it pertains to your struggles. Like what are your goals and what are you trying to accomplish, and so making sure to developing that mindset where you're studying for a purpose. You're studying so that you can find your purpose, for example, or so you can attract that partner, or so that you can increase your self-esteem. And also, I think the most important part is to study about yourself. So, so learn about the psychology of yourself. Learn about um, emotions. Learn about the body. Learn about yourself through spirituality. So learn about yourself. It's gonna be all self knowledge. So, what's the subconscious? What's the superconscious? What are the different stages of development in psychology? Those are super important. For example, like Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, um, individuation, really understanding maybe even like social psychology or sociology. Uh, Understanding yourself, I think, is very important. Understanding like the way that we perceive, the way that we memorize, the way that we understand or take in information, all of that is very important, and I think psychology is doing a great job. So I think, if anything, I think psychology will lead you to occult studies, and occult studies will also enhance your understanding of psychology. So those are gonna be great, if I had to say one thing. And next, I would say journaling, self-reflection, really. That's the third practice that you have to be taking on, because through journaling you're able to understand yourself. So studying also leads to understanding yourself, but self-reflection slash journaling leads you to understanding yourself, and also really connecting those dots. It's that exercise of having that dialogue with yourself, really connecting those dots between your inner world and your outside world, learning to see the causes and effects within your life, learning to see that what you do in your life has an effect onto others and yourself. Right now, what I'm doing with my journaling is I call it an evening review. So every night I'm reviewing, going back through my day and seeing any spaces where I was negative, where I lost my cool, when I lost control over my attention, so that I can live consciously. So my goal is I want to live consciously. I want to bring my higher self into this world. So I need to catch myself whenever I'm not doing that, whenever I'm moving away from that. And so by going through my day, I can identify the things that are in my way, the mindset shifts maybe that I need to change, or that I need to have, or the changes in habits that I need to implement, addition of habits, or removing of bad habits, etc. Like, being able to do that is essential. And then another thing that I've heard or that I've learned is that journaling helps clear the karma. So it helps complete the cycle. It helps complete the the action. So if most of the time we have like open loops in our minds of things that need to be completed, or things that we're thinking about. For example, maybe you said something and then you're like, did I say that weird? And then it just stays in the back of your head, and then you're just thinking about whether you're a weirdo now. But through journaling, you can go back and look at that situation, and you can say, I felt weird. This is how I feel right now. You know what? Actually, this is not a big deal, because this and that, and this is what I would do next if I would have to deal with that again. Like, that completes the cycle of karma, and so then that allows you to have much more clarity in your life, and it's so many powerful benefits that you get from journaling, insights. I've had That's how I first began my journey when I was starting to get into spirituality. I was journaling a lot. I was asking myself a lot of questions. It's like I would present a question and then I would have myself answer it. Whatever came forward was what was the answer, and it worked great. And that's kind of like a practice of dialogue, maybe active imagination, where you are interacting with different aspects of yourself. But there are so many different ways of journaling. And actually, in case you're wondering, I'm going to be doing a monthly challenge next month, helping people journal. So like, build that habit. We're gonna be having daily prompts, and then you can answer them or not. But the goal is for you to journal for 30 days straight, for the whole month, and then I'll be assisting you with any help on the weekly calls to figure out whatever you need to figure out. And by the end of the month, you'll have experienced the transformative effect of journaling, increased clarity, increased self-understanding, and then just another tool to that you have added to your belt. Um, it being one of the three main practices that I'm already suggesting. So those are the three main practices. If you're interested in joining the challenge, make sure to click down below. I'm going to have the link to my community where you can join. I will be having a masterclass out soon for journaling. But let's go over them again. Meditation, studying, and journaling. Meditation will allow you to raise your vibration, elevate your consciousness. Studying will allow you to learn more about yourself. And then journaling will allow you to kind of synthesize them both in a way that you can connect your inner world with the outer world, where you can really make sense of what you're learning at a very intimate level. And then that will lead to, if you can do those three practices for the rest of your life, you'll be able to answer any of the questions that you have. So now I don't really look for guidance from my friends. I don't really look for guidance from other people outside of me. I just, when I have a problem, I meditate on it. I allow for it to come. If the meditation doesn't work, then I journal about it. And then if that doesn't work, thanks to my knowledge of the subconscious, I know that the answer will come to me within a few days, and then it does. So this allows you to be much more connected to yourself. You're gonna be able to move from a more independent lifestyle, and you'll be much more connected to your soul. So those are the three practices that are essential. And then yeah, hopefully that's helpful. But that's it for today. Just remember, stay lucid. All right, and peace.